Do you know that in Canada right now, at least I know maybe that province in Alberta, you are not allowed to sing. The churches are back. Last Sunday was their first service, but you are not allowed to sing.
Yeah, because of the breath. Yeah.
You're allowed to sing because they say sing. So the question is, all of that doesn't threaten God. I mean, the Bible says that God is forever praised. Not God is forever praised.
Sorry, we're losing the audio. We're losing the audio, so you may have to repeat that again. So please forgive us. Let me see if I can connect back to Pastor Wale. I hope everybody is. Because once it goes off here, everything goes off. We're back now. Okay. Sorry about that. So, Pastor Wale, are you still there?
Around 12 or 1, she's spent time.
Sorry, hello, Pastor Wale.
That doesn't work for me. That's not my lifestyle. I love to wake up early in the morning, wake up at 5:30, do whatever devotion that I need to do my exercise, and I'm at my desk by 8 o'clock. So we need to form habits. We need to form habits now, all right? And don't wait for us to congregate to have that, Because the truth of the matter is that a lot of the things that we call worship in church, sometimes there's just this consumerist thing to it, So we come to church and then we're waiting for the worship leader. He's not even singing a song that I like, I don't like that song. And I always ask people, is it you they are singing to?
Yeah, is it for you? Yeah.
Is your name inside the song?
Yeah.
I mean, the song is for God. All right. So that's what I would have to say about that. I think your mic is on mute, Pastor Francis.
Okay, sorry. We lost you for a bit. We lost almost half of what you said. We lost. I went off. I don't know about
you. Went off. I know. Yeah.
I went off. So, so the other people are the ones who heard what you said. But people on Facebook haven't heard what you said. So could you just quickly recap that part about?
Yeah. So I mean, what I said about that was that look, I mentioned that in Canada, I had an interview like this last Sunday with a church in Canada,
and they're not allowed to worship.
Yeah. Right now they're not singing. That's the law. And the truth is, God is not taken aback by those things. I said, look, God is forever praised. He's forever praised. Whether you praise him or if all of us form a union and say, God, we're not praising you, it doesn't matter. God is forever praised. Just take that, keep it in fixed deposit. So if we are not able to meet corporately and sing corporately, the truth is that look, this thing is for our benefit. I've seen a lot of pastors, grandstanding. I mean, the church is for healing. Hello, Christians are dying. As a matter of fact, pastors are dying.
Yes.
So I mean, let's just humble ourselves. And I think the greatest prayer that the church can ask for right now is, God, just have mercy. Have mercy upon us. Have mercy on the world.
I have to.
There is a lot more attention that we should pay to individual worship. Worship as a person. Find out what works for you. Are you a morning person? Are you an afternoon person? Are you an evening person? I mentioned the fact that my wife is an evening person. That's why she has a devotion. She comes to bed at 1 o'clock. Me, I love my sleep. I love to sleep. I love my sleep. So by 10 o'clock, I'm good. I just tell her bye-bye. But I wake up early, 5:30. I do my devotion, and that's it. So find out what works for you. But whatever, just make sure you're worshiping. And I said, not every morning you're going to feel like worshiping. And I gave the example of a car that has manual transmission that refuses to start. I mean, if you know your car, that this car refuses to start, you go and park it on a slope.
Yeah, so that
so that in the morning, you just say. So that's it. Same thing with worship. You don't feel like There are playlists you can create, worship playlists. You know, let the music play. Before you know it, you will stand up and worship. You know, so this period is a period where habits and discipline have to really kick in for all of us.
All right. Yeah. One. I think this is probably going to be one of my last questions. Okay. If you look at some of these companies like Google, even Apple itself, and some of the most successful firms in the world, they came out of a crisis.
Yes.
I have actually gone back and looked at some of the research, and it's interesting how they say necessity is the mother of
invention.
What I mean, we're not. Our culture here has not. One of the things I'm focused on, and I hope to do this for the rest of my life, is to focus on innovation and creativity as a person, and to spend a little more time working with people to develop that aspect of their giftings. What would you say about the struggle we're having with innovation and creativity? And how do we overcome? Because a lot of our problems we have seen now, from the closure of the borders and from the restrictions and the supply chains being broken, to the face masks that we're constructing and the solutions we're bringing in locally. It shows that we already had that potential. Something threw us off. What would you say about innovation and creativity today?
Yeah,
and how
I think,
important is it in moving forward? Yes.
Pastor Francis, everything is about the mindset. If your mind embraces the fact that there's an opportunity here, there's a possibility here, then it will move in that direction. Now, let me use this as an example. You know, there's a scripture that says, God comforts us, and that with that comfort with which we have been comforted, we should comfort other people.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people, first of all, you see, before you can be comforted, it means that you've had a crisis. Now, that is something, like I said at the beginning of this interview, people pray against. God, I mean, Lord, don't let me have any problem. And then when they have a problem, you know, they think that somebody has bewitched them and all of that. Now, that can be true, that can be false. Now, if you notice abroad, sometimes some people go through a problem. The question is, and then when we have those problems, we live in denial.
Yeah.
All right? The question is, but you find other people, okay, let me give you a typical scenario. I have a young girl, my wife's niece, who lives with us. And she had cancer over this, she had this thing called lymphoma, this mass. But she's been healed, you know. She had chemotherapy, went into remission. And hey, she's open about it. This girl, she's 23. And she's turned that around now, helping other people.
Wow.
She's created an opportunity out of what she has gone through. Now, some people will keep that secret and hide it. Yeah. No, turn that around. And that's how even the devil will say to himself, if only I had known, I would not have afflicted you with this. You see, that's where the opportunity comes out of a crisis. So take the crisis that you have right now and just ask yourself, how can this thing turn around? But I guess a lot of prayers that people are praying is the reason why they would not see an opportunity, the reason why they would not be creative and innovative is that they want things to go to status quo.
Yes.
And some things are not going to go back to status quo.
Yeah.
Some things are not going to go back to status quo. You have to ask yourself, okay, so what else? I also ask yourself another question. What else can I do? What else can you have to ask yourself that question? What else can I do? People, the reason why a lot of people get stuck, why they keep falsifying their ages, is because they don't think there's anything they can do. So a man is 65, he's still claiming he's 59. They don't want to live, and this cuts across everywhere. It cuts across spiritual, it cuts across where a lot of people thought I was crazy when I said I was going to stop pastoring. Because there was no reason for me to stop pastoring. I mean, my church was successful. In all the indices possible. Yeah. But first of all, I felt God wanted me to do that, and I knew that there was no way I was going to starve, because I knew that there's a lot more that I can do. You know, so I think it all starts and ends with the mindset. It all starts. The fact that you are Pastor Francis, the fact that you carry so much information in your hands doesn't mean that you use it. A good example I give about that is are the vendors. The vendors carry so much information in their hand. They are selling information in their hand.
But they don't
if
use
only
it.
If only they read that newspaper that they are carrying and use all the information there, they will not be a vendor.
So many of us have actually become vendors.
Yeah, I mean, we look in the church. We have so much. There's so much. Pastor Francis, let me close with this. I used to tell the guys in my church before I stopped pastoring. I used to tell them that I have this idea that I wish I could do it. That I would close down church for 2 months because you have learned so much. Why use what you have learned? Do you remain in the university forever? You graduate. I used to tell them I wish I could close down the church. So when this thing happened, a lot of them reminded me. I said, "You used to say so."
And now you've closed it. Okay. Last question. I have to ask you.
Okay.
I already hinted you when we started that my biggest fear, my biggest concern, is us going back to our vomit.
Going back to what?
Going back to our vomit, what we are supposed to have discarded. Again, it was good to. I'm going to raise this. It's going to be my opening question in the network service. There's something, as Sam said it yesterday when they asked him about politics, about how corrupt politics is. He said, we're supposed to influence the culture, but that something is missing in our gospel. And I've been looking for this question for a long time. Something is missing. Because if, this is my question to you, if we had been preaching and doing what we're supposed to do, and we're still here right now, what has changed that will make us not come back here? I don't know if you get my point.
I get your point.
If we didn't get it right in what we were doing, has any of us really changed? You know what I mean? And are we going to come out at the other end a different set of people? I don't know. Maybe you can, especially with all this conference you've done and people you've shared with and spoken to. Yeah. Do you see?
I don't think so. I don't think anything has changed. Quite frankly, and I'll tell you what I told someone. I'm sure you watched the blessing that blessing song that has been trending. I'm sure you probably saw it. They had this. They had the UK one.
Yes,
and the UK one, I think the UK one was the one that actually gripped me the most because of the way the church was united, in doing that. So they called me up. In fact, as the thing came out, somebody called me and said, "No, Pastor Wale, why don't we do this in Nigeria?" And I said, it can never work among the churches in Nigeria. I said, look, this one would have thought that this pandemic would have taught us a lesson, but I think it would take 2 more crises.
Yes.
So, I'm telling you, it would take probably 2 more crises for the church to get its act together, for us to be united, to drop our egos, and to work in unity. I don't because you can see all the grandstanding online. It's still there. So we haven't learned anything.
It's still there. Yeah.
We
it's
clearly
still there. Even our adverts are still the same.
Yes.
Even the
clearly we haven't learned anything. We haven't learned anything.
That's not a very.
And that's why and that's why the country is the way it is. I mean, the truth is that Pastor Francis, if the church gets it right, and that's why you wouldn't have. I mean, I'm sorry to say, that's why you won't have 5,000 people in your church because people. That's not what people want to hear. They want to hear things that suit their ears. I mean, we're almost a completely valueless country, and the church perpetuates that.
Yes.
Do you understand? I mean, this country has become so degenerate that I'm sorry I'm taking your time. Let me.
No, you're not.
Let me give you this simple example, Pastor Francis.
Yes.
When I started pastoring in Jubilee, we started running this engaging with the public education system in our local council, Aguda LCD. So all the public primary schools, would do quizzes for them. We had a library where the kids could come and read. And there was a boy. What we decided was that anybody who came first, we would send that boy to a private school just to give that boy a head start. Yeah. Now, one of the boys who came first, his name is Ekene. This was 2010 or so.
Yeah, I remember the story.
2011. Now this boy is finished now. I think he's about to enter university. Anyway, This boy came first. He went to Methodist Boys High School. For the 6 years he was in Methodist Boys High School, he came first every single time. Yes, every single time. Now, this boy, so we said, okay, why don't you try GC? He did GC, and during the GC examinations, the invigilator was reading out the answers
to everybody.
Class. Yes, and he decided that he wasn't going to do that. Now, because the invigilator was reading out the answers, an exam that was supposed to be 1 hour 30 minutes was cut short to like maybe 30 or 45 minutes, and then it says pens up.
So he couldn't.
And then the guy says, "Look, I've not finished." He said, "Well, mark your paper yourself."
Jesus.
Yes, mark your paper yourself. Now that is the reality. We know parents who are paying invigilators for this kind of things, and these people are in the church. You see, until we start to speak against this kind of thing, yeah. First of all, you see, a lot of pastors don't even know that this kind of things are happening. I mean, look at all this rape, all these evil things that are being exposed now. You know, sometimes we, even as pastors, sometimes we hush these things. Oh, I don't know. You know, we need, until there is law and order.
Yeah. Value for human life. Yeah.
And values. Values builds nations.
Yes.
You can't have values until we have these things where we're just going to be a bunch of jokers.
Well, Pastor, I can't thank you enough. That's going to be our opening thing to the next episode, because the theme for the next one is recovering God's design. I think we moved so far away from what was meant to be our model, and how do we start heading back there? So I really want to thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break. We're going to play some music, and then we're going to go straight into praying for the nation and praying for the church. And at 9:30, we'll be back here with Pastor Wale Adenuga. Okay. Thank you so much. You're really deeply appreciated. I enjoyed every minute with you. God bless. All right.
Thank you.
We're switching to music, and then we'll still be here. But Pastor, maybe you go and have something a cup of tea or something, and then you come back.
All right.
Sorry, we can't. Our hospitality can't take care of you. This is the cheapest way to look after guest ministers. They have to look after themselves from their homes. Thank you so much.
Okay then.
That should go. So we'll see you in about 30 minutes. All right.
Okay, Pastor AJ, see you.
Thanks, Pastor Wale.
Yeah, thanks, Pastor AJ.
I've told her to send